Yes. We are live.
Live, Senate Appropriations Committee. We're taking a break from our fiscal year 27 budget presentations and taking a bill that was sent to us, S243. We have the bill sponsor with us. I'll let you introduce yourself and very quickly just tell us about the bill. And we have fiscal note that we can also hear about.
Thank you.
We have a quorum.
Yeah, sorry. She came after I texted you. So.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's the Health and Welfare Committee, right?
Yes. We did take this up in Health and Welfare. This is S243. Thank you, Chair, for having me in and pulling me from my other committee, which is great. And thank you, members of the committee as well. This is a bill that is in support of the Vermont Language Justice Project, which is a fabulous organization that was born during the COVID pandemic and is an integral part of my community. And I also think basically the Vermont community as a whole, because it just keeps getting bigger and becomes more and more important as we face challenges as a state. The Vermont Language Justice Project basically creates videos in anywhere from 10 to 21 languages around anything from ticks and what to do with the tick bite to obviously COVID pandemic, as well as flooding and droughts and anything that will be something that could protect people in our communities and that they might not be able to access on a written page in English, or sometimes even in their own language if their literacy level is not one that is appropriate for reading health information. One of the things we learned in our committee is that health information in particular can be pretty obtuse and hard to understand. And yeah, so this would be an appropriation to support this wonderful organization.
It's not a state, it's a private nonprofit organization, not associated with the state.
They are working on becoming a 501c3. Right now, the United Way is supporting them kind of as a pass-through, but they are working on getting their own 501c3 designation. But yeah, I did want to say that they, at one point, about 5 years ago, got a grant from the CDC, which was really helpful to them. And then just in January of 2025, the CDC pulled the grant. And so they've been relying on donations from folks to continue doing their work. They do sometimes get fee-for-service contracts from different organizations, like Hunger Free Vermont, for example, has really relied on them. But this was drawn up specifically to do health information to populations in the state of Vermont.
So this grant, when it's going through the Department of Health, would be specifically for translation of these videos on health issues.
Exactly. Yeah. So we in Health and Welfare, we saw it as not only just like public health, but we also saw it as a cost savings, keeping folks from getting sick or contracting a disease that would, you know, eventually lead to hospitalization or having to get medical care. So yeah, there's a lot of benefit here.
Okay, great. Any questions?
Any questions?
Senator?
I see you got findings in here. Is this come from the House or this just?
So it was a very, very short bill. It was like not even a whole page. And as we took testimony in committee, Senator, we really decided that we wanted to add some findings just to try to educate folks who might be reading the bill as to what it was all about. So I hear what you're saying, and we just thought it was an important thing to add.
So, and briefly, my second question is, this is a one-time allocation for fiscal year 2027?
Yes.
Do we expect this to resurface again next year, or?
Possibly.
With updated material?
Possibly. Like I said, they're working on their designation to be a nonprofit, and so this is something that, for, you know, I don't know what will happen in the future, but this is for now, since their CDC grant ended. this would help them continue their work.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I can also share that with the recent measles outbreak, they've struggled to get that information out in a timely as timely a fashion as they would have wanted to if they had had funds to do so.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at their website, it's good.
Great.
Okay, do you have questions, Sarah?
I do, yes, so, thank you for this, and the expenditures for this it looks like it's limited to, disease outbreak and other public health emergencies. So presumably if there are no, I mean, the measles outbreak, I think that makes sense. But, you know, I guess I'm thinking about, like what qualifies? How do we know what that means? Or do they have a sense of what that means? Or, you know, does it have to be like a declared kind of emergency, or could it just be, I guess, yeah, and especially because in this the last phrase being an ongoing personal and public health information, because that could be non-emergency kind of thing. So I guess I'm curious for your thoughts.
Right. We obviously did not define that in the bill. I think by design, we wanted to keep it relatively open just because we don't know what is going to be coming at us in the coming year. But also there is so much to talk about in terms of public health right now that we really feel like there will be things for that, there will be videos that could be created to help folks navigate. But to your point, it's hard to know, is contracting Lyme disease and, you know, if by a tick bite, is that an emergency? I mean, it certainly becomes a healthcare cost. So for us in the health and welfare committee, we're trying desperately to reduce healthcare costs and stays in hospitals and hospital admissions. So it all feels kind of like an emergency for us at this point. So, yeah, I know it's very.
That's okay. Just helpful to know the sort of scope of what,
Yeah.
you know, I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me in.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
working. And you voted it out of your committee.
Oh, 500.
President. The fiscal note is pretty straightforward. There's $150,000 appropriation, so the fiscal impact is $150,000. If only all fiscal notes were that straightforward.
Well, so as a question, if we end up taking out section 2, then the bill just becomes findings and effective date?
Well, the amendment that I asked Budget Council to draft, if we were to consider it, has language in there that basically, it's on our website, we can see the amendment draft. So there'd still be a section 2, instead of just striking it, we have language that says basically, this will need an appropriation. We're not going to appropriate the money, but we're going to the extent that the funds are appropriated, they have $150,000 from the health department to go to this project.
That makes sense.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Lady, do you want to say anything about this amendment?
I don't need to. I'm happy to, whatever you would like. I can put it on the screen if that.
Yeah, why don't we do that and just have you quickly explain
Okay.
why you drafted it the way you did.
So this is, so this is an instance of amendment, so findings are not touched. You're striking out the existing section 2, putting a new section 2 in instead of just making the appropriation. Just reframing it to say in fiscal year 27, to the extent funds are appropriated for this purpose, the Department of Health shall distribute $150,000 for this project, and the rest of the language is the same as it was in the bill that came over to you.
Okay. Thank you for that. So with that, I would entertain a motion to amend the bill, pass favorably with this amendment.
So moved.
And do we have to vote on the amendment and then vote on the bill?
No.
Seems like there's a debate about that in subcommittee.
I mean,
does anybody disagree with the amendment?
no.
Okay, so now we'll just vote on the bill as amended
Cool.
on the motion of Senator Watson.
Always leaves it up to the wisdom of the clerk.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna
The
say
wisdom of the
that.
clerk.
Okay, get it all filled out for me. You're the best. All right, Senator Baruch,
Yes.
Senator Brennan, yes. Senator Lyons, Senator Norris,
Yes.
Senator Watson.
Yes.
Senator Perchland.
Yes.
Senator Westman.
What?
You wanna?
You like when we circle back around. Westman.
I did circle back, didn't I?
Let the record show that MIA.
Westman.
And you can decide whether
Westman.
Senator Lyons' pre-vote counts or not.
Probably not.
She,
She wasn't here, President, but.
I guess it's my call.
That's up to the wisdom of the
It's up to the
clerk.
wisdom of the
Voting
clerk.
That's 502.
You could also
You know
just
what?
go down and get her.
She's down in there, I'll
Yeah.
go run it by her.
She said yes.
See, that's a good clerk for you, not being pressured into voter fraud.
You guys can't
Thank
pressure
you.
me.
Okay, so who will report the amendment from?
Senator Lyons.
Yeah.
She's
Yes,
not here.
yeah,
But it did go through her
Thank you.
committee, right?
it- yeah, she already knows what, so, yeah, we'll still sign Senator Lyons. What happens down here?